Okay, here we are back in MatrixGold, and thanks for tuning in. I'm going to design something probably a little differently, but this will show you some different ways of doing things. And then also I'm going to intentionally make some mistakes, and some will probably be my own. But just to show how you can fix it's like a Boolean and some Boolean issue type stuff and some curve type stuff. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get started. So I'll go to just grab a rectangular curve, and I'll go from center. I'll change that to yellow, of course. Creation layer, F4. And I just want to make a little kind of rectangular type thing out here. And this will probably be a lot different than what you're probably normally used to, and you'll probably wonder what I am doing. But bear with me. I think you'll find it interesting. So we'll go to arc, and we'll just pick our arc curve here, and we'll snap it right there. We'll bring it out a little bit, and we just want to take a little chunk off here. Somewhere around here maybe, and then, oh, not that far. Okay, we'll do it again. We'll go to this point. Do I have center snaps on? Must have. Okay, we'll go here and then go around. Okay, and then I'll just take that, go to transform, go to mirror, all four directions, and hit enter. And then I'll just take this and we'll just trim some stuff off of it. Don't want that, this, or this, and hit enter, and right away just join it together. Now we know that's a poly curve, so but we want to check it. So I'm just going to type in what at the command line and hit enter, and of course it shows up closed poly curve with 8 segments. We know that's a poly curve. We don't want a poly curve. We want to try and stick with NURBS curves. They're just easier. So we'll click off that. I don't want to change anything except for I do want to put a little fillet on it. So I'm going to clean up, hit fillet corners real quick. 0.3 should be fine. Hit enter, and there. And it's still a NURBS curve, but let's check just to make sure. What, and enter. Oh, it's a polycurve. Okay, good thing we checked. So now it changed it to a polycurve. So let's go back and change it. Oh, I didn't change it, did I? Go to our edit, and we want to keep the shape, so we're going to hit fit, and it'll just keep our curve exactly like, change it to NURBS, and put the lowest amount of points on it. So we'll hit enter. Now let's check it one more time. What? And now we have a NURBS curve. So if I try to explode this, it will not explode because it's all one curve, which is what we want. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to offset. I'm going to offset this curve. Offset it to a 2, I think should be fine. 2. So we'll hit enter, and I'll offset it to the outside and hit enter. Now let's check this one to make sure what it is. So I'll type in what, hit enter, and it is a poly curve. So let's change that to a NURBS curve. We'll go to edit, hit fit, and hit enter. Sorry, it's probably real loud. And then I'll type in what again, make sure, and it's a NURBS curve, so we're good to go. So let's close that out. And so we have these two curves, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to offset each segment, because I'm doing everything from this C plane. So what I'm going to do is take this curve and I'm going to go ahead and offset it. I want a channel for stones in there. So I'll offset my curve, and I want to take it to a distance. Let's do a 0.3 should be fine, and we'll do it to the inside and hit enter, and then I'm going to click on this one and do the exact same thing and pull it to the inside and hit enter. And let's just check to make sure what those are. polycurves. Oh, and click on this one, hit what? Polycurves. So let's go ahead and take those two and change them as well. So let's take that, fit, enter. Okay, and this one more time, and then right click on the mouse and hit enter. Okay, so let's just check, make sure. So type in what, enter, NURBS curve, close, what, enter, and nothing. So WHAT, NURBS curve. Okay, so we're good to go so far. So we have all these. This will be the channel where my stones go into, and this will be the rail going around, and this will be the rail going around on the inside. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these curves, and I'm going to go to my front, and I'm going to hold down Alt and with my arrow and drag it up to maybe 3 millimeters, somewhere around there, and that's good. Okay, so let's just make sure, let's check what these are. They're all NURBS curves, so we're good. Let's just check one of them, make sure. NURBS curve. Okay, so we still have all NURBS curves. So right now I don't need this one on the bottom and this one here because it'll just be a solid bottom. So I'll just put those on gray and then hide them. Okay, and then from here what I'm going to do is take this curve and this curve, go to my front and hold down Alt again. Kind of zoom in a little bit because I don't want to drag it down too far, and hold down Alt and then drag those down, maybe around a 0.2 should be fine, point somewhere around there should be fine, and then hit enter. And then let's just check to make sure. I'm sure it is, but the one on the bottom there, and type in what, enter, NURBS curve. We're good to go. Okay, so from here what I'm going to do is go to my top view, alright, and I'm going to go to, I think it's from objects, and no it's not, it's edit tools, maybe, oh where is it now, from object, oh section, right here, section, and I'm going to click on that, and it says select objects for selections. So I'm just going to take those curves and then I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to go to F4, hold down shift and draw a line straight out. Okay, to put those dots up there for me. It just makes it easier to draw all the lines. So I have this. Get a good look in here so I got a good angle. And what I'll do is start closing this up for sweeping. So I'll just hit my line curve. I have my point snap on. So I'll go to this point here, up to this point, right click. I'll skip this top section here because we're going to do a little something different because I don't want to have to fillet that later. And then I'll go from this dot here to this one, and this point here over to this one here, and again up. And we'll skip that one there on the top, and we'll go from here down to this one, and we'll do one across the section here. Now these two I want a little rounded on. I want them a little rounded, so I'll go to my arc direction and get my arc direction tool and click on this point, and let's back out, let's do it again. This point and go to my front view, hold down shift and click on there, and then go back to my perspective, right click, click there, go to my front, hold down shift, there. Okay, so we have all our curves out there. Now it's just sweep time. I could have lofted everything, but that's just a different way. You know, I'm just showing you another way of thinking, I guess. So from here we'll just go to our surface 2. We'll click on this curve here, and then this rail, and hit enter, and enter. And we'll click on this rail here, and this one here, and then our arc direction, and enter, enter. And we'll just work our way around all the curves, adding the surfaces in. This rail here, this one down here, this one here, enter, enter. This one here, this one, that little piece there, enter, enter. The top rail here with this rail on the outside with our arc, enter, enter. And this one here, this one down here, and this one, enter, enter. And then our last one, this curve in here, this curve out here, and the one right across there, and enter. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so right away I'm just going to go ahead and take all green and join it together, and check it, close poly surface, so we're good to go. Okay, at this point I'm going to go ahead and take all my yellow and just turn it to gray. Keep it, never know when you might need it. So we have our surface and we have where our stones are going to go. And it's nowhere close to being a ring, right? We're going to do it totally different. From here, what I'm going to do is we'll go to our top view here, or top view. And what I'm going to do is, well, first let's get a tools ring rail, and we'll just take size 7. It should be out there. Yeah, there it is, right there. Okay, so from here what we'll do is okay, we'll go ahead and throw it up there. What I'm going to do is go ahead and get a line, and I'm going to change this one to yellow or bright green, and I'm going to go from the mid here to the mid over here. Now this is where it's a lot different than you probably normally do, right? And what I'm going to do is grab another line from F4, and I'm just going to kind of guess where I want the top of this piece to be. And we'll take it from here, we'll take that one, mirror it from F4, holding down Shift, and do this. Alright, this is not going to be our ring rail. We're going to make a different ring rail, so we're going to butch this one up. We're going to go ahead and split this ring rail with these two curves and hit enter. Well, wait a minute, we'll do it one more time. Right click, select objects to split, this one, hit enter, select cutting objects, these two, enter, and we should have this piece here. Okay, so let's just get rid of this, turn it to gray, and we'll take these two and turn them to gray. Okay, so now what we're going to do this is a little bit different way of doing it, but we're going to go to our transform menu, and we're going to go to flow and click on flow along curve, and select objects to flow. That'll be our item here, hit enter. Our base curve will be the bright green curve going across, and our target curve, we want to click on that same edge there and click on it, and there it put our object up there, and we'll hit enter. So we'll take this and turn it to gray, and we'll take that line there and turn it to gray. Okay, and our curve is gone, or our ring rail. We're going to put something different on there, so we'll have to get another ring rail out, but we're actually going to make one. But from here, what I'm going to do is grab a gem real quick. Well, let's put that ring rail out just so we have it there for reference. We'll go to tools, ring rail, hit enter, and it's right up there on the ring rail. It's the same size 7. And from here, let's go to gems, get a gem. Let's look from the top, and we're going to make it kind of small stone, around there maybe, and we'll go to front and we'll drag it up. We want it a little higher on top, maybe not, somewhere around there. We'll do that, and we'll go ahead and hit enter, and we'll just put a bezel on this. Settings, bezel, and let's turn it so we can kind of see. We'll manipulate this bezel later. It definitely doesn't need to be that deep, so let's drag that down. Oh, I need a little bit better seat than that. And what size we got? 0.8 for that smallest stone. Let's drag it in just a little. That should be okay. And we'll worry about the bottom part here later. We can drag it up though, but we're going to manipulate that later. So we'll hit enter. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, so here, from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our curves and grab a ISO curve. So extract ISO curve from here, and let's see, maybe a little higher, somewhere around there maybe, and hit enter. And then we're going to grab another ISO curve from our bezel and switch it to a 180. So in our dynamic commands, just switch it over angle 180. And we want to drag that up just a little, maybe. Somewhere around there, maybe. Yeah, that's okay. And we'll hit enter. So now we'll go grab a line curve from our quad here on our bezel to our quad ISO curve on our ring rail or channel. And from here, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and sweep that, give it a surface. So we'll take this, this is our first surface, our edge, this is our second rail, this is our profile, and we'll hit enter, and we'll take that and change it to another color just for viewing's sake. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, so from here what we're going to do is we're going to grab that, go to our transform, and do an auto base, and hit enter. And we'll drag our auto base over so we can kind of get a good look, and we'll switch that to a little bit lesser color. And the first thing I'm going to do is down here type in DUP, dupe edge, and I'm just going to dupe edge on one of them and hit enter. Okay, and from here, let's see, yeah, that should be okay. Yeah, alright, so let's take this curve. I want to know the segments, okay, on the curve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my curve. Well, it's probably easier just to go to search and type in DIVIDE and go to divide curve by number of segments, and I'm going to click on that, and then it'll tell me to select my curves to divide. We're just going to divide this one and hit this curve here. And press enter, and it says number of segments. I'm going to do 26, maybe 26 segments, and hit enter. Okay, so now it's broken this piece up into 26 equal segments. So from the center here, I'm going to, well, first get rid of those and get our ribbon back up there, and I'm going to get a line curve. And I'll change this to yellow so we can see a little bit better, and I'll just drag it straight there. And then what I'm going to do is grab that line curve and go to solids and just put some beads on there, and we'll go here, over, and there. Okay, and we want them, let's go ahead and butt them up a little bit because we want some touching and good touching, and then we'll drop it down to maybe 0.75, and then we'll hit enter. Okay, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 segments on this side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 segments on that side. So we're even. That's kind of why I did 26. And what we're going to do from here is go to Transform, Array, Linear. Select Objects to Array. I'm going to select my beads, none, my beads, and hit Enter. Number of items, 13. And hit Enter. Reference point is that point, right? And then we'll just take it over to that point there. And now I know that they're all spaced out evenly, all right? So I'm going to take these 13 and mirror them from the midsection here and hold down Shift and have it like that, okay? So now we have this. Wonder if I should put one right there. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's take this, switch it back here, and we'll just go ahead and make sure. Duplicate from this point over to that point and over to that point, just to make sure, and we'll turn it back on. Okay, so now let's do a smart flow. Select our base surface, which will be this. Select our destination surface, which will be this, and we're going to put them up rigid. So I'm going to click on my rigid box in my parametric history or dynamic command area, and I'm going to go to my right area, and I'm just going to select all those beads, go back to perspective, make sure I have them all, and then I'm going to hit Enter and give it some time, and there we go. And take a look at them. Could have probably made them a little bit smaller, but 0.75 is pretty thin, so we don't want to make it too thin. We're just going to go ahead and we'll just accept it. Hit Enter. Okay. So now I can take this surface, turn it to gray. All right. So now we have this. Pretty cool, huh? All right, and we'll go back to our, and we'll take all this, because we don't need it anymore, and we'll turn that to gray too. All right, so we have this, but we don't have a shank on it. We don't have stones in it, and there's some other, beads along here, make it really beady. So we'll go to our top view. And looking down, here's our ring rail right there. So what we want to do is we'll go ahead and switch it to that, and we'll get rid of our stone for a second. We'll go to our curves. We'll grab a arc direction from here, and we'll put it up, turn off my snaps for right now, and we'll put it up somewhere in here where it's kind of going into the curve here, and then I'll turn back on my snaps and I'll go to my perspective and bring it to here, and then go back up top and kind of see where how much curve I want to give it. Something like that should be fine. Okay. So from here, what I'll do is I'll go to curve from two views, select first curve, this, select second curve, there, and hit Enter. And it left our curve there, so what we can do is we can take this curve and we can split it with this curve here and hit Enter, and this curve will be disposable, so it goes to gray, and we'll take this curve here and turn it to gray too. It didn't go in far enough. Well, that's all right. Let's go back. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and just get rid of that one for right now. Let's do it again. Top view. All right. So we'll go to arc direction. We'll drag it in a little bit further this time. We'll turn off our snaps. We'll take it pretty deep in there this time, just to make sure. And then we'll go to our perspective, turn on our snaps, go to that curve, go back to our top, and kind of give it a little spin there, and then go to our perspective. We'll do another curve from two views. First curve ring rail, second curve there, and we'll hit enter. We'll take that again. I should probably look at it. Yeah, there we go. And split it with this curve here. Enter. Take both those curves, turn them to gray. Alright, so we have that. So now let's just go ahead and put a profile on that. Tools. Alright, so we have that. Let's go ahead and drag him on up into here. And I'm going to spin him around holding down shift. We can manipulate him later. So let's take him something like that. Yeah. And let's go ahead and change that profile. You can change it to anything you want, but I'm just going to try and keep it really simple. This one here, my favorite, and we'll hit enter, and then we'll do a little manipulation. We don't need it that thick up there, so let's take it down to, I don't know, maybe a 2, and let's spin that around a little bit and take it up. Turn on this. It's not going through our top, so that's good. How far can we go? Okay, so let's go to here. Let's take a look on our inside there. Can I see it? Yeah, I can see it. So let's just go ahead and sweep it, and let's place another one down here. And we need to manipulate that a little bit, so we'll go to our top view, and we'll hold down shift and kind of spin it around. Okay, it's gonna, there we go. And let's see, 2.5 is good. And what is this? 2 million. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. And yeah, because we can drag it over if we need to. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll take those two. And let's do a sweep real quick and take a look at it. Sweep 1. Here, here, and here, and hit enter. And we'll change that to this. Okay, so we can do a little bit. And does it go through? Yeah, it goes through way through there, doesn't it? So let's get rid of that bottom cap first. Mirror cap, no. Turn off this one, nope. Keep that one, turn this one off. Okay, and let's go ahead and we'll hit enter, and then we'll grab this profile and do a little editing here. And let's see, let's bring it down our curve here, something like that, and we can drag that up into our shank there. And let's see how far we can go up without coming through. Something like that, maybe. Yeah. Alright. So let's see what that looks like with two of them, just to give it a look. So we'll take that and we'll just mirror it, F4, just so we can see what it's going to look like. Okay, they're a little too close together, right? So let's undo that. And let's go back in here and grab our profile. This here, that curve there, do a little edit, and let's see, we'll drag him, well, let's turn it here so we can see, drag it over a little so we can get over here. We'll drag it up in there again, drag him back over a little, and let's make him a little thinner. Okay, so something like that. Dragging back a little. Okay, so what we can do is we can angle him a little bit, and let's change the view here. Well, we can drag him in. Let's take a look. Alright, yeah. And we need to pop him down just a little. Something like that. Now let's come down here to this bottom one, and let's drag him over to the side a little. Okay, let's take that, and now let's see what it looks like on in a mirror. So we'll hit mirror, F4, hold down shift, and we got something like that. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what we can do if we drag this one around a little bit more. You can play around with this quite a bit, actually, just to kind of see what you're kind of comfortable with. Let's go up here, and let's make this one a little thinner. And let's make this one a little thinner, and drag him back over a little bit. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you can play around with that however you want. I don't want to take up your time, so we'll just keep on moving on. So we have this. Now, I'm going to get rid of this one. The reason being is because if I was to try and Boolean those, they wouldn't Boolean because they share the same plane probably. They might, but why take the chance? So why not just go in and manipulate it right away? So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get a surface, go to my front view, and I'm going to take a planar curve and drag it out like this. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to go ahead and just split it with this surface here and hit enter. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to hide this real quick, and we have this right here, and I'll just delete it, bring back out my ring rail, and now it has that piece taken out of. But now when I sit here and I mirror it, F4, I could do it from I can sit here and take this piece and join them together, and my surface is gone in there, so it's budded up. It'll be a watertight surface. So all I have to do from here is take this and mirror it over to F4. You could do it dynamic, and I have it there. Okay, so from here what I'm going to do is go ahead and take all my yellow again and get rid of it. Okay, just hide it. We can go ahead and manipulate this bezel too, so let's go ahead and do that. We don't want this bezel so deep in here, and maybe give it a little bit better opening. So let's take this and we'll drag it up around there. Should be fine. Alright, and go ahead and hit enter. Alright, and from here we're going to go ahead and grab another ring rail again. Tools, ring rail, size 7, same as always. Hit that, and we're going to grab an outside ring rail, take it out to a 2.5, and we're going to drop it down to a 2.5. Alright, and then we're going to change the profile. Something like this here with the Euro Shank. I kind of like that, so that's what we're going to do, and we're going to hit enter. And now this is all one arid surface, right? So what we can do is we can do a dupe, D-U-P, dupe border, this and this. Make sure it's on yellow and hit enter. So we have these here, and then what we can do is do a surface sweep. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, enter, and we do not want any of that stuff on there. And we're going to hit enter. Okay, so take this, and take this, and join them together. And we should have a closed poly surface. So we do. Okay, so we're moving along pretty good. Let's see what we've got here. So we've got this. Let's put our one stone out there. Not bad. Okay. And then from here, what we're going to do is go ahead from our top view, and we're going to manually put on these stones, because if I try to extract an ISO curve, it'll be probably problematic unless I want to get them all. But let's go ahead and check here. Okay, so I have to take that, I have to move it to a 0.5, enter, and then I have to keep working my way around each little segment surface. I take that, change it to a 0.5, enter, and it probably will not even join up. And we'll click on enter. See, it doesn't even join up. So you have to kind of, or you could take the outsides, duplicate the outside route, duplicate, and then do a tween between curves. But we're just going to go ahead and manually put them on. So eyeballing it. So we'll go to gems, gem placer. Okay, wait for it to pop up. Select surface, hit enter, and here is, oh wait a minute, what we want to do is it'll make too much going on there. That hole is just one surface because we did NURB surface, so it's pretty close to all just one surface. So we're going to go to this solids and go down to extract surface. Where is it? Here it is, extract surface, and we'll have to extract several of them, I think. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and hit enter. Okay, so we'll take those surfaces and we're going to join them together, so it's all one surface. Now we'll go to gems and go to our gem placer, select our surface, hit enter. Now we have our gem. Okay, so I'm just going to eyeball pretty close, and then we have the degrees and everything on, so it'll lock them right in place. And just go around here and put the gems on there. So we're going to take those, and we'll take those and we'll mirror them from F4. Okay, and now we're going to go back to gem placers and select the surface, hit enter, and we'll do these here down the edge. We could do it in here, but we'll come back and do those later. Yeah. One. Kind of locks them right in together. Two. Extracting a curve would have been a lot easier. But 3. 4. 5. Okay, we'll take those and mirror those over. F4. Okay, now we need to do these in here. Go back there again. Select our surface, hit enter, and we'll just, let's see, we could put smaller ones. Let's go down a little. One, two, 1, 1. Can't get 2 in there. We'll go to 1, 3. And we'll take that F4. And we'll take that one and mirror it, F4. And I have major gappage here, but that's okay, because what can we do? We can sit here and take them, and let's go to, we'll just drag this over. Drag those up. Drag this over. And get rid of those. And I want to do a little manipulation here on this side, I think. But first let's go to gem placers, or gem placer. Select our surface, hit enter. I'm going to get rid of that one. There we go. Okay, so now what I can do is I can take this, and mirror them over to F4. Now perspective. That one looks like it might be dropped in, yeah. Just drag him up, pinch. There we go. And this one here. A little extra work, but it works. Now what I can do, let's take a look at from the top again real quick. Yeah. Alright, I can take all my stones, group them together, and go to settings, prongs, and boom, there they are. And of course, give it height. And what's our thickness? Diameter. Make them a little bit bigger maybe. Get some meat on them. And give it a little nudge in. Something like that. And hit enter. There we go. And the only thing you have to do now is, if you want to, let's see, go to curves. Extract ISO curve from this surface, 4.9. Let's put it on 0.5. Hit enter. Enter, and we'll grab this here. Since it's got beads everywhere, we might as well just go ahead and add them on. Oh, wrong place, sorry. Tools, solid. Objects on curve, this curve, hit enter. Start position, around, in position. Okay, and then drag them in a little bit, maybe a little space. Make them smaller. 0.41 should be fine. Hit enter, and we'll do it one more time. Curve, ISO curve, this one here, 0.55, so I think we need a 0.5, enter, enter, solids, beads, zoom out. Put it around here. Drag him on around. Yeah. Oh, it won't. Oh, it only picked that surface there. Okay. So you'll have to go and do each curve. Extract a curve here. So the problem is you don't know if you can get them at the same spot. Enter, yeah, should be okay. Let's see if they join together. Take that, take this, join. Yeah, they did. Good, cool. Okay, so do I have it all? Yeah. So take this curve, mirror it, F4. Can't. Bummer. Oh, I can. I can rotate. Rotate. Copy. F4. And then bring it around to this side here. And then take this curve. This curve. This curve. Make sure I grabbed it all. Hit join. Okay. Put my beads on it. Solid beads. Now I can move these beads all the way around. Let's move that over to where it was, the other one was, and put it in here. Or tilt. Okay, and then take my, drag them in. Roll. No. Spacing and size, I think it was 0.41. Spacing was a little bit bigger. About like that. And hit enter. And now we have a really interesting piece of jewelry. And you could put stones coming down through there, or beadwork. You could do cutouts in here. There's a lot you could do with it, but it's just a total different way of making something. So I hope you found it interesting. If you did, please leave a comment and a like, and of course subscribe. Be really appreciated. And there you go. But you could do smart flow in there and all different kinds of patterns. So this ring could be done a total different, a lot of different ways. But that's just one little way of doing it. And all you have to do now is just join everything together, and you're good to go. So let's Boolean union. This here, enter. This here, enter. Enter. Take this surface, hide it. Take this surface, hide it, and then do all your booleans in here. I don't think it'll do it all at once, but let's try. So we'll take this, do Boolean union, and take this. Oh, they're grouped, so they won't. So let's see. Back out of that. Go to these, ungroup them. Ungroup them. Complete command. Okay, ungrouped. Oh no, you're kidding me. Each one's, you have to do it. Let's go back to group. Go back. Okay. Ungroup once. That should leave them. No, of course. So you'll have to do all that. But really, all you have to do is put your cutters on there. Get in here. I'll show you how to fix that where you don't have to do all that. Check, make sure there's no craziness going on. Hit enter. Let's go ahead and do this Boolean. Solid Boolean difference. Really, we should probably save it. Okay. So let's take this surface. Okay, we still have two surfaces out there. This one, let's hide it. Hide it. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we have this. So let's do our Boolean difference. This surface here, enter. This surface, enter. And it blew up on us. So let's go back. Let's find out what happened. Is this closed surface? Oh, open. What happened? Let's find out what's wrong. We'll hide those for right now. So let's go here. Let's go up to our analyze. Show surface, no naked edges, total 6 naked edges. Okay, where are you? Oh, right in here. Okay, there's one. Oh, okay, we didn't group that. Oh, that's no problem. That's easy. We didn't group that back together, right? So we need to take this surface here and all of green and just group it back together. And now we have a closed poly surface. Yeah, forgot to do that. Okay, well that was an easy fix. So now let's go to our solids, Boolean difference, this surface here, enter, this surface here, enter, give it a second, and boom, that's done, enter, and let's hide our gemstones to see if it did the cutout. Oh, okay, yeah, keep on forgetting, they give you extra, and gray that, and there's our cutout, the Boolean union, and you're done. So oh, I wanted to show you how to do that real quick. Really all you have to do is without your stones being in there, it's not a, you know, if you wanted to take the time you could go through and group each row of those together and Boolean them, but it's just as easy on this particular thing to go to your manufacturing, go to repair mesh repair, and then just kind of hang out and wait till it's finished, and it'll do all the work for you. You won't have to go through there and do all that, and it'll give you the exact same surface. You just have to wait for it. It's a lot to do, all that, all those little beads and everything, but not too bad. So we'll hit enter, and we'll try and grab our mesh. Is that our mesh? Well, I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's go to Smart. And where's our mesh? All surface, closed surface, poly surfaces, all mesh, all closed mesh. And we'll just drag it over, and there you go. Probably easier just to see it here. Turn it to green, and it's all there. It's exactly like the ring. It's, I mean, and you don't have to sit there and go through and do all that other stuff. Yeah. Mesh. So hope you liked the video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and a comment below. Appreciate you hanging out. Sorry it's probably a long video, but there was a lot in there, and just a different way to go about designing something. So hope you liked it. Thanks very much. Have a good day and good designing.